Welcome back to an overtired hamster and sneezy kaboom dragoon.
Aye. I'm praying for death right about now. Again. I hate my life.
Yeah, for me, I'm just overtired. So if I'm sitting and stumbling over my words and muttering a bit, it's his fault. Well, not really, it's my fault. But as we can see, we've got a new environment to explore. A warehouse. And what's that there? Looks like we'll have to take a look.
I'm guessing that's where Maida keeps the bodies.
Close.
That's where he keeps,
Either way,
that's where he keeps the captive.
Well, the thing is, this warehouse is quite small. It's not as big as the CTI building. It's actually pretty boring.
I remember hearing that you had to actually be here before you could get the shower scene, which is...
Well, that's what I... This is where I got the shower scene the first time.
Yeah, which is horrifying in so many different ways.
I was just, randomly exploring, looking at things like the forklift and so forth. And then suddenly it's just like, oh, what's this? A cutscene. Oh my god, my eyes!
Yeah, I did a quick recon and I was sort of like, shower. Oh.
So, that spot right there, if you have won the game before, then the Secret Santa outfit will be available if you go look at that spot.
Yeah. I have to say, I'm watching the bonus video for the feats one. The overdrive suit is probably the only one so far that isn't horribly questionable in some way or another.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks alright. It is kind of funky though with the whole shoulder things that are sticking out.
It was a bit kind of 80s cyberpunky, but
yeah. And this is our new shooting range. Not too terribly advanced, but I'm gonna show it off because there's a couple of I think it's kind of neat.
The shooting range doesn't give you any extras or bonuses, does it?
No, it's just to test out weapons, and you can see how many points of damage each shot does.
Yeah, I remember trying it out once or twice because I remember the shooting range in Parasite Eve 2. If you do well on that, I think that gives you a couple of extra items.
Yeah, it gives you a few items and such, and more battle points.
Yeah, but at least I think I tried out the shooting range in this once, and I was kind of like, oh, this is pointless.
And I'm taking the ammo capacity sniper for a very specific reason, which will become apparent in a couple videos. Well, in one video actually, after this. So here I'm sitting wondering if I actually do have enough points, but we're going to start with a short range scope, which means I can hit things at a shorter range, and I can move around faster with aim. Better accuracy is also good. And then the most important, more capacity.
Yeah. Capacity upgrades, half of them are to increase the amount of rounds you've got in your gun, and half of them are to increase the amount of ammo you have available as a whole. Personally, I prefer the overall ammo.
Yeah, I tend to prefer that too, unless it gives a power boost.
Yeah. Personally, I just found if you're using a very low capacity weapon, then generally it won't come with much ammo to begin with, like the grenade launchers.
Yeah.
They normally only have like 2 or 3 full reloads to begin with.
Definitely the 3 shot clips on the grenade launchers are completely useless because you get 6 shots versus I think it's like 8 or 9 you can get with the other ammo upgrade, which just increases the max amount you have rather than the capacity before you reload.
Yeah, I think most of the ammo pool upgrades, if you get the final one, because it's normally about 2 or 3 for each weapon, If you get the final one, it normally gives you about 30% increase or so.
I'm not too sure about that, but that could be right. I don't really pay attention to the numbers.
Yeah.
So,
I think it was about 30, but you know, for stuff like sniper rifles, not so great. But when you get to the machine guns, it gets pretty obscene.
so this is where the dummy will pop out of the ground, and familiar piece of music that we've only heard once before. But let's go straight for the test slacker, because that's more interesting. So again, as you can see, damage, it shows damage, and you can see how beefed up your weapons are compared with different upgrades, you know, min-maxing.
It's a shame you can't get the damage counter in the actual game itself.
I'm actually rather proud of that move, but that I just did. But as we see, the slacker was brought from the CTI building in a shipping container, and then it's just chained up and hanging over there. I kind of like that touch.
Nice little touch there, yeah.
But I didn't think that was even possible. You know, I knocked myself down with him with a grenade at the same time, and then I could overdive to get back up to my feet. Kind of actually, I'd say it kind of looked cool how you just flip back up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just a shame that you can't get the damage counter in the actual game itself.
Oh yeah.
Would have been fairly useful on occasion.
And here I'm trying to hit the weak point, but utterly failing, or else you just can't stagger this guy with weak point hits, because he's a special slacker that can't even do damage to you. See?
You third eye.
Yeah. Nice amount of damage though, 870. For basically the weakest of the snipers in the game. But I send him back to his hole, or container, and I attempt to leave.
You can check out anytime you want.
So, let's go check upstairs where Maida was. But first, some flavor text. Yeah, she first notices this now.
I don't think he is, but it would explain quite a lot.
No, he's not a peeping Tom. He has live feed cameras showing it on YouTube and stuff. If I know him. Well, with his new character.
Well, if you know him, then you'll know that's not Maeda.
But for this game, unfortunately, it is. So, we have this, basically the living room, I guess. And, this does sound like Maeda, though. Eating canned food and drinking alcohol, basically living like a bum.
I know, doesn't sound too bad, except for the alcohol, though.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you like rice wine.
I don't really drink at all, so...
Yeah, same here. And she's talking about getting rid of the pile of garbage. Yeah. Oh, Maida.
Big pile of garbage. Big fancy aquarium. What? What? What the... Huh?
Maybe he's culturing something in here. See, that's the scary thing. But if you pay attention, there's actually fish that are moving around in the tank.
Yeah, you can just see one by her collar there.
Yeah. This is from Midas Thesis. And this is where we get the creepy stalker idea from.
Because, you know, it hadn't been reinforced so far.
Yeah, he has pictures all over of her. I don't think it's for research. Oh, well, it is for research.
That was for the absolute worst fanfic ever. And that's saying something.
Yes?
Well, here's something interesting, though. You can,
I'd be happy to answer any of your questions.
You can talk to him, and you can choose what topic you want to talk to him about, at least. Too bad you couldn't do that in the CTI building. We're gonna go over some of the changes, see what exactly has happened the past couple months. The abridged version of this is before
Well,
Russo's
everyone
yeah, everybody died, and only Cray survived. And the abridged version is actually some people got out alive, aside from just a couple of people. But Cray died. In fact, Aya shot him, and I'm like, no, she didn't. It's like stated that she killed him, or she shot him, or he turned into a twisted and he killed him. It's stated like various different ways. So there's tons of inconsistencies just with this one point here. So I figure that Cray was supposed to be a boss fight, but they just ran out of time or budget.
I mean, technically it's correct in that he died and Aya was there.
Yeah,
But
she didn't shoot him.
yeah, it makes sense if you're thinking about it, you know, being a third-person account of what had happened.
So instead of the hotel incident, now some billionaire's son died. Now he started his own anti-twisted research, looking into overdrive systems and whatnot.
That would be interesting if it went anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I actually would have liked to seen that, or maybe a plot twist with it involving that he actually somehow helped Twisted get to this point where we're suddenly there. Oh, well, we're now about to be wiped out in 6 months for no reason. It was going so well before, but now it's going like, well, it's going to hell. Never explained.
And I still wish they'd picked a better name than Golden Tsunami.
Yeah. Well, at least Russo's team, see, they're still alive, and they were actually able to save the president. And the Secretary of Defense, of course.
Is Russo still dead at this point?
Yeah, Russo's dead.
Yeah.
Cray literally killed Russo and then proceeded to corpse hump him.
Yeah. Because it's kind of
Or
confusing
teabag
at
him,
that
sorry.
bit.
Yeah. And it just states that, oh, now, before we only had a few million, now it's like 10 million in New York. Again, not explained why. Babbles appear worldwide instead of just a few places. So, something that never gets explained, and we mean it here when we say it. It never gets explained, not because we're trying to hide it or anything. Never gets explained, but they just suddenly, bam, super growth.
Again, another opportunity for, you know, some interesting scenes or some story or no, gone.
But right now it's just a big plot hole. And at least here it's interesting that they mentioned that a wildlife reserve in Alaska was taken out, so they were feeding on wildlife too. And then they basically took out entire Alaska because they were allowed to feed on that wildlife.
Taking out their feeding grounds first.
And lots of people died in Long Island, unfortunate. And here, Kyle Madigan has taken over the North Shallows Tower as a base of operation. I wonder what that could mean. Certainly not anything that the game has been hinting towards the entire time.
Ominous.
And that was supposed to be present day, but here we get like a day later than the present day, and the CTI murders have happened at that point. Basically, Hydebore is missing, but everybody else is dead.
Sure, that won't be any importance whatsoever.
No. If anybody doesn't see if anybody did not see that coming, that little twist there, that he might have had something to do with this because he just suddenly vanished. Well, you can just skip that last part I just said, okay? Erase it from your mind if you didn't see it coming, because or else it was a huge spoiler. My mental faculties do not work. And there it says she shot Cray fatally. See? And he turned into a twisted too. It says there.
It says that she testified, so in fairness, you can say.
Yeah, you can say, but
there's-
it said he turned into a twisted, right?
Yeah, in this case though, we've only got her word to go on it.
Exactly. It's just the plot at this point is just all over the place.
No, definitely.
And yeah, people are dead. Excellent. We're doing our job well. And yeah, and there's this fatally shot, and before he turned into a or after he turned into Twisted. Again, they confirm it. That was not Aya's statement there. Oh, we get a little background information on him for people who want to pause it. And she asked Maida for a favor. He came. He was excited.
I'll bet. Hey, you can't set me up for a joke like that and not expect me to take it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So here, people can read a little bit about the Snatchers if they didn't bother reading the front page. There's also additional pages that you again unlock by killing enough of them, or hitting weak points, or finding weapons that they're weak towards.
I kind of like that sort of way of doing things, but it also annoys the hell out of me. You know, the more you kill, the more information you unlock.
Well, you can unlock all the information first time around with one kill if you just, make sure to hit the, use the right weapon and hit the critical point and kill one, and then basically you get all the information unlocked.
It's just, I kind of like it in that you're learning more stuff as you go along, but on the other hand, you're also driving yourself nuts trying to...
But it's still just superficial information that you already knew at that point.
The
Anyways.
North Shallows Tower mission
background stuff
has
like
begun.
that's still fun though.
Kyle Madigan has been spotted in
So,
the area.
it would seem that we're going
You
to the
should
North
go with
Shallows Tower
Now's your chance to save Eve.
to save Eve.
The main goal is the destruction of the Babel, but the troops have already begun to lose manpower.
Any troops I can dive into?
The Alpha team covering the flank is an option, but an enormous Twisted is in their path, and they're not in the best position. They're at a standstill.
Any other options?
There's an immobile tank that should be good enough to fire off a few rounds.
That sounds interesting.
You destroyed a Babel, but things don't seem to be getting any better.
I know. All I regained was Eve's memory.
This is all so fascinating. So much research, so little time.
It's all his doing.
Kyle Madigan, correct?
So much research, so little time.
Eve
I
that
don't
I
like
saw.
those words.
Do you know what that was?
Eve's presence in itself is a time paradox. There was an incident that was supposed to determine her fate. However, it still hasn't been...
Resolved as of yet?
Exactly. Her fate is still undecided. She exists and doesn't exist at the same time. Yet you're able to see her.
So someone's messing around with the past. I thought
Aya.
the device was destroyed.
It's possible that the CTI created another device that can handle the overdive technology. Or are trying to create one.
Another device?
So Eve is Schrodinger's underage science project.
Yep.
If the overdive device was recreated, I could examine you while you're diving.
No,
You said
bad.
You've had experience with
Bad
it.
touch. Bad
Yes,
touch.
I previously snuck into the CTI building and got kicked out almost immediately. But I discovered something amazing.
Can I have the condensed version?
Preferably with your
The
hands
core
where we
of
can
the
see them.
device consisted of components from the Babel. Some kind of mysterious, unstable organism. Quite similar to the cells found in your body, actually. It's a strange coincidence indeed.
Sounds like a science project.
I had to go do
Why would they
much
use Babel
science that
components?
day.
Kyle Madigan is your ex-fiancé. Most of his past data has been erased. But what I do know is that he took Eve and is now hiding out in the North Shallows Tower.
Well, the president didn't really take kind to him saying fuck you and leaving in the
However,
second
there
game.
was something strange.
Funny that.
When the Twisted attacked the CTI building, apparently the security cameras caught him destroying the overdive system.
Oh,
Why?
plot twist. Kyle killed everyone.
The corpse of an
Jerk.
employee was found in the main building of the CTI. The Twisted don't leave bodies. So what happened? No one knows. I smell a conspiracy.
And garlic.
I like garlic.
I like garlic
Someone
too.
erased your past. I knew it. It was done on purpose.
Mystery solved, Maida. You're a
Take your
genius.
memory back.
I bet it was the chief of police from Parasite Eve 1.
When did you come over from
Oh,
Japan?
that jerk.
The second I heard about the Twisted, I'm always prepared to travel at the drop of a hat. You never know when research is going to call.
That's
Or maybe I
See, we
sensed
don't
it.
even need to provide the creepy laughter anymore. The game's
No.
doing it for us.
Sensitive.
yeah.
Where's the fun in that?
Princess was in distress.
Oh, and that line, that last line there. They just had to.
I'd be happy to answer any of your questions.
We're just gonna go away from you, Maida.
Okay, here's a question for you. You got the restraining order, right? Don't worry, take your time.
But for now, we're gonna start the mission in the next video.